Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name is Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
7:31, 45 degrees outside, nice and warm. We'd be happy most winters to have 45 during the day and 44, I think, when I got here this morning. So it did drop down to 40 sometime during the night, but hey, that's way above freezing.
Yes. Yeah. Weather's been great as of late.
Yeah. Well, exciting news. I understand that Bob Jensen appreciates the school lunch menus in the morning, and we have them for him.
Yes. Yeah. Bob, if you're listening, good morning, our good friend.
So we'll start with Ansley. Ansley schools today. This is, by the way, the 7th day, Brent, if you don't know what day it is.
Thank you.
Today they're having smothered hamburgers, fruit, vegetables, and milk at Ansley today.
Callaway Public School, fiestadas today at Callaway.
Anselmo Myrna schools, fresh-made beef enchiladas, lasagna, hot dogs, Uncrustable cheese and cracker platter.
Cozad today, some of the choices there, a choice of chicken patty with glazed ham with roasted pineapple, and Italian calzones, some of the choices at Cozad today.
Arcadia lunch menu today, turkey, fruit, vegetables, and milk.
Gothenburg today showing made fresh beef chili, hot dogs, fresh baked turkey and cheese sub, some of the choices at Gothenburg.
At the Arnold schools today, chicken nuggets, macaroni, and cheese.
Litchfield today showing teriyaki chicken and hash browns at Litchfield.
Broken Bow Middle School, High School, fresh-made chili, hot dogs, grilled chicken with deli wrap, fresh-baked combo sub, a burrito bar, and fire-braised pulled pork.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Loop City today, chicken gravy or hamburger gravy over potatoes, cheesy broccoli and bread on the menu at Loop City.
Thedford schools, tacos, corn salad, veggie, fruit bar, and milk.
Sandhills Public School in Dunning today showing Italian ground beef, pasta bake, cheesy breadsticks and peas on the menu at Sandhills.
Prairie Pioneer Center, hot beef sandwiches, mashed potatoes, carrots, and fruit. Call them at 872-6121. Let them know you'd like a meal. Do that by 9 o'clock. You can also, at that same number, set up home delivery of the meals from the Prairie Pioneer Center.
A couple of more school lunch menus at Sargent today. They are showing chicken, vegetable, or chili soup with crackers and cheese, fruit cup, cinnamon roll, and milk at Sargent. And at SEM today, chicken Alfredo on the menu at SEM.
Well, it's going to be a busy day if everyone can make it in today. We rescheduled the Custer County Economic Development visitation. Also on our list is Custer Federal State Bank. They may be in, or they may have the Sandhills Journey folks in, or someone else that they'll want to highlight. Also, we have information from the Fox Theater today and a wrestling report. So lots of things coming up that you'll want to listen to this morning and or watch if your eyes are strong. You can take it. We can make it.
There you go.
All right. A couple of things we need to highlight today. The anniversary of the arrival of Beatlemania in the U.S. We told you the other day that it was 60 years ago that day that the I Want to Hold Your Hand song was released. Not long after, here come the Beatles invading our country. I'm glad glad they were able to get in.
So what started the invasion? Was it the performance on the Ed Sullivan Show, or was it something else?
That actually came, well, here's the story.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad
Great.
you asked. If you've ever seen the black and white footage of the Beatles arriving at New York's JFK Airport, that's when they came and started the invasion 60 years ago today. It marked the official start of the British invasion and American music and pop culture. 2 nights later, and this is amazing, 2 nights later, 70 million Americans, and you think about how many TVs there were at that time.
Yeah, good point.
73 million Americans watched the Beatles perform on the Ed Sullivan Show on CBS. Their gift to America, giving hundreds of teenage girls sore throats after all their screaming that they did back in the day. And I think I have a little footage of that. Whoa. Here we go. I'll play a little bit for you.
So this is their performance from the Ed Sullivan Show.
Yep.
Tell you something, I think you'll understand when
Now, I'm not into, I've tried the audiobook
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
For some reason, I'm one of those guys that loses my attention span when I'm listening to one of those. I'd rather sit down and read the book myself, I guess. But yeah, as far as, like an article or something like that,
It's okay.
I
with
don't
that.
mind people reading to me, but I never got into the audiobook thing.
The audiobook kind of got yours truly in trouble. I was taking a trip with Joan, and she was listening to a lot of audiobooks at that time because she was on a bunch of different committees and boards, and she was traveling a lot. So she would use those in the car, to pass the time and listen to a story. And so I started mimicking the narrator. And that didn't go very well.
Yeah.
But I thought the narrator was kind of boring. And a little over dramatic in places, and trying to play other characters.
Oh, sure.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I maybe Trish has an idea on that, because I have a feeling she's probably listened to a few books at the time were called books on tape. I think probably have other ways of listening to narration now. So we're gonna ask Trish about that. In the meantime, we're gonna play the game.
All right. Don't know if you know this or not, but Super Bowl is coming up this weekend.
Yeah, Taylor Swift's going to be there, I think.
Right.
I'm betting on it.
I think many of us are betting on it. So, anyway, one of the things about the Super Bowl that's become as big as the game now is the halftime show. And so we're asking you questions about past halftime shows of the Super Bowl. Things got serious at the 1993 Super Bowl halftime show. That's when things changed. That's when we went to the big stars performing a concert, basically, at halftime. The halftime show became an attention grabber in 1993 instead of a time to go heat up nachos. Who was the entertainer of the Super Bowl in 1993 that kind of changed things? Was it Eric Clapton, Sting, sorry, Elvis, or Michael Jackson? Those are your choices. If you know the answer, call us at 872-2801.
Wake up to the best.
I never miss a morning.
You're listening to The Breakfast Show.
Kylie is a Runza burger lover.
Especially if it's smothered with sauteed onions and French onion dip and topped with Swiss cheese.
Ah, sounds like you just had the French onion burger at Runza.
Yes. Yes, I did.
Are you crying?
Yeah, it's the onions. Wait, are you crying?
Yeah, because I love the French onion burger. Come get yours today, because Runza makes it all better.
Remember, today is Pigs in a Blanket Day.
We have Billy on the line. Good morning, Billy.
Good morning.
How are you?
Dave.
Oh, we're doing good here.
Good.
All right. Here's Brent with your question.
Okay, Billy, who was it that performed at halftime of the 1993 Super Bowl? Was it Eric Clapton, Sting, Elvis, or Michael Jackson?
Michael Jackson?
It was Michael Jackson. You got it, Billy.
Good one, Billy.
And because you've answered correctly, we've got a certificate that's going to get you a free pig in a blanket that they serve on Wednesdays at Runza. Now, Billy, before you get off the phone here, I got a question for you. Is there a chance that you might be at the Broken Bow basketball game tomorrow? Do you know?
Well, depends if they release me from home health. But
Oh, okay.
if they do, then I'm going to see if I can get a ride and go up there.
Okay, sounds good.
Watch.
Well, the reason I ask is a friend of yours dropped by a special package for you and dropped it off with me for me to get to you. So if you are able to get to the game, I'll give it to you then. If not, I'll try to swing by your house and drop it off to you.
Can you and Dave come by my house? I want to see my new shower.
Oh, wow.
right,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, yeah, we can. Yeah, we'll try to work that out. We'll see if we can get over there and say hi to you.
So how was your trip to Mullen last night?
It was a very good trip. Yeah, it was. As you know, the trip to Mullen can be kind of long, but it was a great trip. We had a good time.
So I'm going to ask you a question about the Broken Bow girls. They have to go to
Yes.
men and play their sub-district.
Yeah,
Can they win it?
absolutely. I think they can win
I
it.
think they can win it.
Absolutely, I believe it, Billy.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, you guys have a good day.
All right,
Thanks,
Billy.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye. All right. We'll go see Billy's shower when we can.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. Well, he has a new shower that they put in while he was up at Brookstone, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's neat.
I wonder one question about the Michael Jackson thing. Do you remember
Yes.
1993 Super Bowl? Did he have his monkey with him?
No monkey, but Elvis had definitely left the building, I think.
Yeah. It was hard not to giggle when I gave him as a choice for one of the halftime performances.
He was
point.
in disguise as Michael
Yes.
Jackson. There
Yeah,
you go.
you never know.
Maybe we're going to talk with Trish about designs of distinction or whatever she wants to talk about right after these messages.
Are you afraid of falling? Team Physical Therapy can help. 872-5111. Good balance is essential for a healthy, active life. Team Physical Therapy is here to help you stay healthy, improve your balance, and keep you active. 872-5111. Our highly trained physical therapist will design a personalized plan for you to help you improve your stability, decrease risk of falling, and get you back to doing what you love. Don't let that balance issue keep you at home, or if it does, we can come to you. Call Team Physical Therapy 872-5111.
Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency takes pride in offering the best rate and coverage, perfectly catered to your needs. They're excited to announce that their location in Broken Bow has moved. You can now find them on the east side of the square inside the Broken Bow Chamber of Commerce building. We all have our busy seasons, and when we aren't busy, insurance is a great thing to review before you're busy yet again. Talk to Chip in Callaway or Allison in Broken Bow to review your farm and commercial plans. Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency in Callaway and Broken Bow.
Barney Health Mart is ready for you to walk through their doors to shop for your Valentine. Stunning Montana Silversmith jewelry is marked at 20% off, and Russell Stover and Baker's chocolates are at 10% off. Whether you struggle with wrapping or just want it done before you leave, remember they offer it for free. Happy Season of Love from your friends at Barney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Dave and Brent.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
On KCNI KBBN Radio.
All right, it's been a fun morning already, and we're ready to dive in and talk curtains.
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 I thought we were talking audiobooks.
Oh, did you have an opinion on that?
I do. I've listened to hundreds.
You like them? I thought maybe
I do
you
when
did.
I drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially, have my earbuds in or have a speaker and...
Doesn't the narrators, of course, I haven't listened to very many, just with riding with Joan, basically. And I got in trouble on that because I thought the narrator was kind of...
boring.
Yeah, and a little corny. So I started emulating him, and it didn't go very well. It was a long ride.
Dave, since we're talking about this, you're always looking for side ventures, side businesses.
Oh.
What do you think about Dave and Brent doing audiobooks, and you and I could read romance novels? What do you think?
Sorry.
You think...
That just made me choke.
You think that would be a hit?
Well...
it would be something.
I mean, we have limited experience in the romance department, but...
Very good point.
And any that we had was many years ago, as far as, new relationships. Now there's a difference.
There is. Yes, there is.
Let's clarify here, and I think we'll all agree to this. Yes, there's infatuation and puppy love and the first of a relationship, and then it calms down a bit and then develops into a much deeper, broader relationship and friendship.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
So we could do
It kind of should start with friendship.
well, yeah. Rather than, infatuation and all those creepy things.
Things we do not speak of now.
That's right. Why didn't she like me? I don't know. Oh, boy. Yeah, we could do some, we like doing radio skits. We could just go into the book business.
Yeah.
I think you'd all do better at comedies. I really do. Even
you think?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it would be.
How about?
Go
ahead.
Comedy, like romance story. That would be
romantic
fun.
comedy?
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You could do that. That would break it up a little.
And there's so many more options today than there was 30 years ago.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
About relationships. It's a little more complicated.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, there's social media now.
Yeah, that makes it terribly
That
complicated.
makes it crazy weird.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Unhealthy at times.
Most times. But just my opinion.
I still like your idea, Brent.
Yeah, thanks. You and I could get into the audio book business. We could read books, record them, and people could purchase us reading books.
I think that laugh tells me we don't have a very good success rate on that.
Yeah, I'm guessing. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Back to curtains. It makes me think of the Three Stooges when you say we're going to talk curtains. Yeah, curtains.
Acquaintance.
But yeah. No joke.
Thanks.
Curtains are important in the house and the business.
And blinds and
blinds.
yeah, shades.
You've been busy?
It's been pretty steady, which is a good thing. Yeah. I'm actually going up to Lake Sherman today to do a measure. Well, not long after I leave here. Head up there and do a measure, and then I've got Brewster to measure. That would be next week one day. So
yeah, great.
And south of Kearney. So I'm kind of all over the place. Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Those are my days.
Oh, that's right, because write this down, Brent.
Sure.
We're back to writing it down.
I could start the timer. That you're working part-time at Bow Family.
Oh,
yes, Bow Family Furniture.
Okay, cha-ching.
And enjoying it.
That's great there. They have furniture they sell there, don't they?
They do. It's amazing. You can actually take it with you if it's on the floor and you're ready to go with it.
Couches,
and
beds,
delivery,
recliners,
lift chairs.
Yeah. You keeping track there?
Oh, yeah, I'm just watching the time to see what to put down. We're up to 30 seconds
Oh,
at
good.
least.
That's good enough.
By now.
All right.
Yeah, we'll send that to Ron, would you?
Yep, you
Okay.
bet. Send
to
bill.
Ron.
Got it.
No, it's really been fun. It's been learned a lot. And it's
it fits
just
you.
a good.
It fits you perfectly.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a perfect fit for both, I would think.
Well, I did furniture out of Vegas, but it was more custom furniture. So more, you pick the fabrics, which they do have at Bow Family, but, it was, that's what I was into more in Vegas when I worked with people. We would go, pick out the frames and pick out, the chair styles and all that kind of stuff.
And the material you're going to put on it. Which would have been right up your alley.
Yep.
Yeah.
So same way with rugs and all those fun things. So it's kind of all just pulled together. And
just like at
Bow Family Furniture.
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching. Let me write that down. Okay. All right.
Oh, that's too much fun.
Yeah, it is. Been learned a lot and just been enjoying it. And it's been good for me. So
yeah, keeps you going, keeps you kind of a little change of pace. Never hurts anything.
Yeah, and it keeps me more active instead of on those days just going, oh, I have a day off. No, not really.
Not really. And lately, days off when you stand outside or look outside has been foggy and dreary.
Oh my goodness.
So being active's probably a good thing, and you're an active person.
And then getting up at 5:25 to be at exercise at 5:45 with Cassie Henderson and Jess Kirkpatrick. That has been amazing for me.
Dedication.
It is. It's great. But by 9:30, I'm ready. I'm ready for bed. Yeah. So there's an upside and a downside.
Yeah, days are a little long that way.
Yeah, that's. But it works. And I read every night, so I love to read. And when I'm not reading, if I'm in the back quilting or something, then I've got the audiobooks on. And
just an offer, and we're neighbors. Joan is a big reader, and she likes to read articles to me. Maybe she'd be willing to come over and read a book to you.
As we're sitting there, or as I'm sitting there quilting, well, she could come over and learn how to quilt.
I don't know if that. I don't know what to say on that one. I'll leave that up to her.
Okay.
Now, she took a painting class yesterday.
Good.
To paint leaves. They have that going on down at the gallery.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's pretty cool. Little oil painting.
Yeah. See, I did the ones that they did at Kincaidor years and years ago. So I've got like a whole group of like 4 or 5 of them that we did over the years, and I loved them. It was fun. You took friends, and it was Jenny Fox, and
sure,
it was a lot of fun, and miss those. Those were kind of neat because I still have every one of them. So I hang them up different times of the year.
You bet. Brent, write that down. We'll have to send a bill to the
Kincaid.
Kincaid and the art gallery.
I was going to say, you mentioned the gallery too, didn't you? All right, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Yeah. Boy, we're on a roll, Trish. When you come in, we make money.
Just trying to meet the bottom line here.
Yeah. January was not as good as we hoped with all the weather, so we're needing to make up a little bit, and I know Ron will be more than willing to pay for his time.
Oh, sure. Yeah, he's going to tell me to stop coming out to see you all.
Well, we better talk business here. Right now, we're kind of all wishing it was spring, but we know it's a ways off. So there's plenty of time here to get things spruced up before spring rather than wait till April.
Yep.
So you can come in, measure things up, give them samples that you have now. You have a new sample book or two.
And I've got new cellular shade configurations, and there's 2-layer, 3-layer, and now there's 4 layers of, fabric in that cell. So it's really going well, and the colors are new and refreshed. And same way with my solar shade book. I've got a lot of new samples in there, and motorization is going pretty good. I'm, doing some motorization south of Kearney, and got some here. I'm waiting on some to come in that shipped a couple days ago. So, and those are hardwired. So that's going to be a new experience for me to watch that all go together.
Yeah. Well, the advantage is hardwire always works, right?
There is no battery.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things, when you're renovating or building, you need to run those wires, and that wire is so inexpensive. I mean, because you're, running electrical anyway.
Yeah.
And it's not a whole lot of difference to run that type of wire through and run it to a, one central hub. And, then you have the different remotes. We have, like we talked about before, the ones that work with Alexa and off your phone. And then other ones are just a 1-channel, which means they go up and down all at the same time. Or you have a 5-channel remote that you can program each shade to a different, program when you hit that button for it to go up and down. And then one that can operate all of them. So it's really, the technical side of it is very interesting. And it seems like every 6 months there's something new.
And I believe you told us last time it can be on your phone.
Oh, yeah.
And
on
you
your
can
tablet.
Set it up so that they go up or down when you want them to.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Or if you're in Mexico and have cell service, you tell them to raise and lower.
That's crazy.
So.
Yeah. When it comes down to it, though, you still got to have the quality fixtures, the quality curtains, shades. And that's all you deal in is the quality end of things.
It is. I enjoyed my 2 companies that I've had. I am going to go in April to a international window treatment seminar down in Texas and check out new dealers and new vendors and new ideas and see if there's anything I want to change. But right now I'm very happy with the 2 companies I have. So Yep.
And folks out there listening, as you can tell by our conversation, Trish works part-time at Bow Family.
Yes. All right.
Write that down.
Yes,
right.
I do.
And she's taken some art classes at Kincaid's.
I have.
And we also discussed the art gallery here, the Rose Gallery here in town. So, and you have touch base with all of those. You're a very busy person, so the best way to reach you is by phone.
By phone, yep. Phone, text, 308-870-3677. And that's the best way, because right now, with Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday being my days to be out and about and doing estimates and doing installs, it's almost, I can be in the shop, but it's I'm more beneficial outside the shop. But
right.
It's where everything is delivered and all my stuff is. So, but definitely text or call, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. get something set up.
Trish, your shop is located by what other businesses that people might be familiar with?
Oh, across from Rice Veterinary Service and Bow Family Flooring.
Oh, cha-ching.
Clark Dental.
Clark Dental, thank you. Cha-ching.
Used to be Central IT, but
right.
Mark's at the bank now.
Well, let's go ahead and send him a bill anyway.
Just throw
Personal bill to Mark Phillips.
We got,
Cha-ching.
Evans right catty corner.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Yes, Evans Feed.
Law office down the
Centrally
street.
located.
Oh, yeah.
Stefan's Law. Let's
Tell you what.
Thanks for your help.
No problem.
We're in the black for the month now.
If my house starts getting egged, I will send them up to you.
Okay. Well, we're in the neighborhood. Trish, with Designs of Distinction, give her a call. She'll come in, do a free evaluation, and give you a quote.
Yep.
And you can get started with one window or 10.
Absolutely.
Okay. News is next on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Nikki Haley's lost Nevada's GOP primary with voters overwhelmingly choosing a none of these candidates option. CBS's Aaron Navarro.
Her campaign has been telling reporters that she has not invested in the state. She has not campaigned in the state much. I think just one appearance.
The Haley campaign calls it a game rigged for Donald Trump. Aim will appear in tomorrow's caucuses. House Republicans fail in a bid to impeach the Homeland Security Secretary over the immigration crisis. CBS's Scott McFarland.
This is, to put it gently, an embarrassment for House Republican leaders.
The rain tapering off in California, but not soon enough to avert major disaster. L.A. Fire Chief Kristen Crowley reports
475 mudslides, 390 fallen trees, multiple successful water rescues, and increased volume in our traffic collisions.
At least 9 people were killed. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
In Nebraska news, in a dramatic setback, House Republicans failed Tuesday to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas and forced to shelf a high-profile priority for now after a few GOP lawmakers refused to go along with the party's plan. The vote on the House resolution was 214 to 216 along party lines. One did not vote. 4 Republicans voted nay. The resolution did not receive any Democratic support. Here's how Nebraska representatives voted. Don Bacon, Mike Flood, and Adrian Smith all voted yes.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In the NBA, 7 games on the schedule. The Timberwolves lose to the Bulls 129-123 in overtime, while the Thunder fall to the Jazz 124-117. So Minnesota and Oklahoma City, along with Idle, Denver, and the LA Clippers, are all tied for the top spot in the West. The Clippers, though, are percentage points ahead of those 3 other teams because they've got 1 fewer win and 1 fewer loss. Suns over the Bucks 114-106. Milwaukee now 1-4 under new head coach Doc Rivers. Also wins for the Heat, Pacers, Knicks, and Mavericks. Top 25 college basketball. Clemson goes on the road, beats number 3 North Carolina 80-76. First road win over a top 5 team for Clemson since 1977. You had number 21 BYU and number 22 Utah State also losing. Battle of ranked teams. Number 13 Baylor knocks off number 23 Texas Tech 79-73. Wins for top ranked UConn and number 5 Houston. In the NHL, the Golden Knights beat the Oilers 3-1, snapping Edmonton's 16-game win streak.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. 61 today under cloudy skies. Southerly winds 20 to 25 miles per hour. Slight chance for showers. Tonight, lows dip down to about 36, partly cloudy skies. Slight chance of rain showers. Tomorrow, highs level off around 52, sunshine mixed with clouds at times. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Maybe this will shock you, and maybe it won't, but a survey of people with health insurance shows most say they've had problems with their health coverage just in the last year. Maybe that's you too. So yeah, it's frustrating. But imagine an alternative, a solution to this that actually gets a 98% member satisfaction rating. That's MediShare. That's why it's grown so much. That's why you're hearing about it. So why the incredibly high satisfaction rating? You can save hundreds of dollars a month, and you don't have to compromise on quality or reliability to do it. For 3 decades now, members have been sharing medical expenses and saving up to 50% compared to health insurance. Another reason to love it, you don't have to sacrifice your values to get real value. MediShare is a community of hundreds of thousands of Christians who are like-minded and wanting to help people. So when you share, you save. You can feel good about it. Call now. It's 877-26-BIBLE. That's 877-26-BIBLE, 877-26-BIBLE.
Currently 47 degrees under a cloudy sky, and boy, oh boy, have the winds decided to kick in. Southeast 15 to 25 plus miles per hour. Earlier it was like 5, 6, 7 miles per hour, and now we're meeting their predictions here already this morning. Barometric pressure still falling at 2962, humidity at 83%. High yesterday was 52 with an overnight low of 40. Sunset today at 6:01. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 7:43. A trace of precipitation. The cement was wet this morning. I know for sure it was just humidity, a little light moisture in the air, but nothing measurable. So we're at 75 hundredths for the month. 47, cloudy, and winds out of the south-southeast, 15 to 25 plus miles per hour. That's a look at the weather and news at 8. What's on your mind today, Brent?
There are a lot of things on my mind today. Yeah, they're pretty much all sports related.
What a surprise.
We got a lot of stuff going on. I think that today I'm going to be watching the NSAA website close. I think today they might be releasing the high school football schedules for everybody for the next 2 years. So that will be very interesting to watch and see where teams end up going and where they might have to travel. And so we'll kind of be keeping an eye on that for folks today. Well, Larry and I went to Mullen last night. Enjoyed our games between Mullen and Sandhill Setford, and we're calling him, and all of a sudden you're like, this is the last week of the regular season for girls basketball. Maybe. So this week you're going to have sub-district girls basketball pairings coming out. We'll be watching that, and we'll be covering girls sub-district basketball for you next week. Of course, we got district wrestling coming up this week, and then the state tournament next week. Whew, my brain is spinning.
It's spinning, and it's just going to spin fast. It's going to all happen in a big hurry, as it does every year. So we'll enjoy your coverage because, it's kind of, how do I want to put it, a piece of history that goes away pretty quick. So,
yeah,
and a lot of these kids, we have to remind ourselves, these young people that are, working out and practicing and scrimmaging and having wrestle-offs and all of the things they do to play the games. And they have a lot of kids that aren't starters that are very important in the practices, and the wrestlers that maybe don't make the varsity that are very important. It's all a team effort.
Yes, it is.
And it's something that they'll remember the rest of their lives. It's very important. And if they are in music, art, speech, all those things.
Speech is right in the thick of their season at the moment, too. So
yeah,
a lot of stuff going on.
So we enjoy watching it and talking about it and doing different matchups in our head. And the kids are going through one of the best time of their lives, hopefully, and something that happens as you go along through life. You can remember a moment in speech class 40 years ago better than you can remember what you did yesterday. So It's very important. Very important. As a matter of fact, it's National Girls and Women in Sports Day today. The first Wednesday in February, celebrating the first Wednesday as a way to encourage participation in athletics. Besides the obvious health benefits, those who participate in school sports are more likely to graduate from college and have better chances of landing a leadership position at work. That's the data that's backing that up. Come a long way in girls' sports, lady sports. Wrestling. There's a very nice article in the Arnold Sentinel about a coach and some lady wrestlers that just came to us in the mail yesterday, and I know you're going to follow them as best we can too in the wrestling on the girls' side. So I don't know. Would have we guessed 20 years ago that we would have ladies wrestling? I'm going to guess probably not. It's cool.
Yeah, it's great. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And continues to grow by leaps and bounds each and every year. So it's great to see.
It really is. Also, it's National Fettuccine Alfredo Day.
Ah.
Now, this was a kind of a cool story. That's why I went ahead and marked it to mention it on the show today. Invented by a chef actually named Alfredo. And he was worried about his pregnant wife's lack of appetite. The mixture of noodles, cheese, and butter got her eating again, and then inspired him to put it on the menu at his restaurant. And the rest is creamy, cheesy history. That's how it got going. That's how it was made.
Interesting.
Yeah. Thanks to maybe a little bit of a morning sickness, we
enjoy fettuccine Alfredo. There you go.
There you go. Birthdays today. If you're having a birthday, you are celebrating with Chris Rock.
Comedian. Actor.
Yep. He's 59 today. Also, David Bryan, probably doesn't ring a bell, but he's a longtime keyboardist for Christie's favorite band, Bon Jovi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he's also co-wrote Broadway musicals Memphis and Diana. And so David Bryan is 62 today. James Spader is 64 and has been on The Office and other movies and shows. And Garth Brooks.
Really? Garth's birthday is today.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Is that a national holiday?
Well, I'm sure Christie's going to celebrate.
Yeah, I figured.
A very popular artist, no doubt about it. Kind of semi-retired, and still, when he decides he's going to go out and about, packs of places he plays. He's 62 today.
Wow, really?
Yep.
A little older than I would have guessed, I think.
Highest selling artist of the 1990s with more than 60 million albums sold. So very successful. And seems like a pretty nice guy.
Yeah, this would be years ago. But he performed at the Bob Devaney Sports Center years ago. And they actually invited radio stations across the state. We were one of them to go to Lincoln and attend his press conference. And you let me go to Lincoln and go to Garth Brooks' press conference. It was one of the coolest things that I've had the opportunity to do.
That's cool.
Yeah, asked him a couple of questions and was very down to earth and took all the time that the press wanted as far as asking questions. And it was kind of neat to see him behind the scenes for just a few minutes,
you bet,
as opposed to just seeing him there on stage. So,
yeah.
But when it comes to a performer, he kind of changed the way a country music concert went down. You know what I mean? I mean, he kind of took it up a notch when it came to country music.
Yeah, as far as the performance itself.
Yes, as far as the actual live concert. And he was, what I liked about Garth too, he when he first kind of got going, he did the whole thing where they smashed the guitars. Remember that?
Yeah.
And there were some folks within the country music community that said, I don't like you doing that. And you know what? He listened to him, and I think he took that out of his show. I respect him for that, to listen to, some of the elders of country music at that time and say, maybe I don't need to include that.
Well, and also John Hyatt. He wrote
he wrote a whole song about smashing a perfectly good guitar. Yeah.
So on his 62nd birthday, ladies and gentlemen, Garth Brooks for you on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. unless I bring up something that I know will rev her up, push her buttons. I wouldn't do that. I quit doing that.
No, I know. Yeah, Dave Burney has no idea how to push people's buttons around here.
I do not. I don't understand it. Brent.
Yes, Dave.
The Super Bowl is expected to break records of all kinds. Probably the viewership is going to be up dramatically with the Taylor Swift situation and her boyfriend. What's his name again?
Travis Kelce.
Yeah, Kelce. Tied in for KC.
That's right. Yep.
And then they got a little love affair going on. And it's really jacking the ratings whenever they play and she's there. So the Super Bowl is probably going to be well watched. They got entertainment at halftime, who I know nothing about.
Usher, I think.
Usher, yeah. Somebody called in and said, "Did you say Asher's going to be perform?" I did Party Line the other day, and I got a call and said, "Asher's going to play at the Super Bowl?" No, Usher is.
Usher, yeah.
Okay. That would set all kinds of records.
Yeah, it would be. I'd tune in.
I would too.
I'd watch you perform, Asher, if you're listening out there.
You could maybe sell some eggs there. All right, the Super Bowl is expected to break all betting records. It's not surprising anyone. This year's Super Bowl expected to blow betting records out of the water. Almost 68 million people plan on betting on this year's Super Bowl, which is 35% higher than last year. And besides sports betting being legal in 38 states, the technology makes it easier too. You just open up an app and bet. About 23 million. This is true.
Yeah.
About $23 billion will be wagered on this year's game, which is up from $16 billion last year.
I hope the game, I'm one of those, I'm actually interested in the game. I hope the game is good. I think it can be. I think it will be.
It should be.
I think so.
But, momentum is everything. And if KC gets ahead early and Taylor starts jumping up and down in her luxurious suite, I don't know if anybody stands a chance.
So what is now that Taylor Swift has entered the picture here, my question for every Kansas City game now is, what is the over-under on how many times the camera crew, I think it's CBS who is showing the Super Bowl, how many times will the camera crew give us a picture of Taylor Swift during the course of the broadcast? What's the over-under?
I don't know. I'm just betting 7 times.
You think it'll be I think it'll be over 7.
I don't think so. We'll see.
Of course, some of it has to do with Kelce's performance.
Yeah, if he doesn't score.
If he only catches a couple of passes, that really limits. But, oh, man, if he goes crazy, catches has 3-4 touchdowns or something insane like that, ooh,
then she'll get shown a lot.
That could dramatically move up the number.
So if Kelce has a good game, we'll probably see her more often. That makes sense.
That's my guess. Yeah, that kind of seems to be the trend that I've been noticing.
Well, who cares about the game or the score?
Man, I tell you what, I got to get a life. What's wrong with me? Here I am talking about how many times they're going to show Taylor Swift, and I'm talking about, well, that seems to be the trend. Like I'm paying attention to that. What is wrong with me?
Oh, I don't know.
My goodness.
It's harmless, at least. I mean, really, if you think about it, it's kind of annoying that this is getting all the attention, but it isn't hurting anybody.
No.
And I guess that's what we have to tell ourselves when we find ourselves embarrassed because we're talking about it. We'll take a time out.
Is pain keeping you from doing what you love? If your neck, shoulders, back, or knees are preventing you from feeling your best, it's time to take action. Whether you've had it for years or it's due to a recent injury, you don't have to live with the pain. Pearson Physical Therapy of Broken Bow offers personalized treatments and flexible appointments that work around your busy schedule. Call Pearson Physical Therapy at 872-5800 or visit us on the web at pearsonpt.com. The treatment you need, the care you deserve.
Hello, I'm Chris Smith, the Palmer Monument Company. There are many good reasons to pre-select your family memorial. During the months of January and February, we are giving you one more reason, our annual winter sale. Come and see us today, and when you bring the coupon from the newspaper, receive additional savings off our already reduced prices. Our goal is to assist you in selecting the memorial that best fits your family needs, and will save you money too, during the annual winter sale at Palmer Monument Company of Broken Bow in Lexington.
Know what keeps America moving? Farmers, truck drivers, construction crews, and those who punch the clock every day are essential workers. Know what keeps those guys moving? Napa Filters. Let WinQuest help keep things moving with our Napa Filter Sale, February 5th through the 17th. Big savings on Napa oil, air, fuel, cabin, and hydraulic filters. Stock up on Napa filters and keep your engines moving so you can keep America moving. February 5th through the 17th at WinQuest Incorporated. Proudly serving you since 1925. East Highway 2, Broken Bow.
We get asked the question a lot, do you do any work at the radio station?
It's a place of childhood innocence and fun.
We do get work done. It shouldn't be a crime to have a great time while doing your job, though.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
We are accepting applications for candidates to join our sales executive team. No experience is necessary, but if you like helping people and would appreciate using a no-pressure sales approach alongside a staff that's like family, you're on your way. When you join the team, you're given an established client list made up of established relationships. No searching for new business out of the gate.
Nice and easy.
Gas prices are crazy. No worry for you. You'll have a station car to drive the St. Hills roads.
Hey, Ron, who's driving? It's okay. It's on cruise control. Cruise control just regulates speed. It doesn't steer.
Decide what your day looks like. Meet new people. Throw candy in parades. Get paid to have fun. Send your resume to jeremy@sandhillsexpress.com. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for starting your day with us.
It's gonna be a good day.
Every morning. KCNI, KBBN Radio.
8:23, working on 8:24 on this windy Wednesday morning as the winds have picked up over 20, 25 miles per hour. And look, Brent, what the wind blew in.
Yes. Pull those microphones right up to you there, ladies.
Get them nice and close. Get them close.
Yay. Caitlin and Becky are here from Custer Federal State Bank. Good morning.
Good morning.
Been a while since we've had you guys in the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet you went to Brad Shin and said, Brad, I want to be on the radio and represent Custer Federal today.
Something like that happened, yeah. We said, Brad, what can we talk about for Custer Federal today?
Oh, good. And so what is it that you would like to talk about for Custer Federal today?
Well, I thought it would be, we've seen a big uptick in fraud lately. So kind of a reminder to all our customers and everyone listening to just be mindful a little bit, kind of think through of, does it make sense? We've seen a lot of both wires, debit cards, lots of fraud going on. So just being mindful of, does that make sense? Is that someone who I really should be paying? Most companies aren't going to call you up on the phone and ask you for your Social Security number, for example. But I think people just get caught off guard, or the urgency of, you're going to get in trouble if you don't pay us right now. So they give their debit card number over the phone. So just being mindful that if in doubt, hang up and Google the number and call them. And call the number that you looked up, not the number they gave you.
Right. It's sad that there's so much of this going on, but there is.
Yep.
And all to old-fashioned checks, to cards, to whatever. They're trying to get money out of everybody some way, aren't they?
Absolutely. So, and there's different methods you can use that are maybe safer than others, but we're really seeing it on every payment method. So from wires to electronic transfers to checks to debit cards. We're seeing it on everything. So we do what we can to try to catch it. And for our customers, if we see something that we don't think makes sense, try to give you a call. So if we're ever calling to verify, it's not us trying to be a pain. It's we've seen a lot of fraud, and we're trying to kind of save you a little heartache of having to deal with it.
I know that if you're looking at your bank statement and all of a sudden there's like a $2,000 charge or something, that really jumps out at you.
Yes.
But sometimes, I was going to say, they use the small amounts, don't they, that can get by people.
They usually start that way, and then if that doesn't get caught, it seems like they just keep growing, and they'll eventually get to the larger dollar amounts. So,
and I think particularly with like the debit card ones, they're doing that of, okay, that $20 charge went through this month. Next month it might be $30 and then $40, and we've had people, it gets to being the $100 ones that jump out at them, and they start looking back and they realize, oh, this has been happening for 12 months and I didn't catch it.
Kind of like let me put it into a fisherman's context. You start out and you put a little worm on the hook, and you catch a little bluegill, and you go, well, that's fun, but I'd like to get a little something bigger. So you put a little bit bigger bait on. Next thing you know, you got yourself a big old, like a northern pike or muskie with a big lure. So they're fishing. They're just going in and starting out real small, little nibbles.
Yep.
And then as things go well for them, they just kind of start edging up a little bit. So that's something to watch for. That's a good question, Brent.
Yeah, because I think a lot of them, they just kind of test numbers to see what works, and okay, that's an active account. That one worked, so let's keep trying it.
Well, there's so many things that happen to your customers. An example would be protective software for your own computers.
Absolutely.
And you buy it, and then a year later, there's a deduction from your checking account showing that thank you for your purchase because you didn't let us know that you didn't want it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once you're in, sometimes you get those deductions just annually because they have a little clause that says you need to stop it or we're going to do it again. So not only are there illegal activities out there, there's legal ones that are kind of fishing and dipping too.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people don't read the fine print at the bottom to see that, hey, this is not a one-time $29.99 purchase. This is a every month you're paying $29.99. And unfortunately, because you check the box that you're reading this information, it's, as far as our ability to dispute it, not true fraud. You agreed to it.
Yeah, there's some things you can't fix.
So some of that is just, being careful, reading what you do. We can put a stop pay to stop some of those future ones. We can stop your card. We have some options to stop future ones, but some of those, it really is, customers need to be proactive on what you can do to protect yourself. So reading that fine print, watching where you put your debit card information, is it a trusted site? We see that a lot where they put it in on,
or if it's something free, you shouldn't have to be putting your debit card numbers in there. So,
and a lot of those, it's free the first one, and then it's reoccurring after that, and you check the box to say yes. So.
A lot of apps that way, free trial.
Yep. Yeah. Or pay the shipping, and so you have to put your card in, and then it signs you up. So just being mindful. And those, a lot of them are the, $20, $30 ones. We see a lot of the bigger ones coming in with electronic transfers going out or wire fraud going out. So just because you're expecting someone to send you wire information, read it, make sure it makes sense, give them a call back even to verify. We've seen emails spoofed, so they're expecting wire instructions. They get them, and somebody, I don't know the IT side of it, but they were able to spoof it in and send false information, so you wire to the wrong account.
Yeah, well, it's worth talking about a lot because it's going on all the time, 24 hours a day, all different kind of scams. Even standing in line at a big event with your card can be obtained. We've had it happen to us where we went to a concert. Next thing you know, down the street there's a deduction from a hotel a block away. Somehow they got that information off of our card when we were buying our soda pops.
Oh, which with the tap stuff, it makes you worried a little bit that, well, can they tap on, when it's in your wallet to get some of that?
It's crazy. It is crazy, but with people like you at Custer Federal, even with your quality credit card companies, if you catch it, it can be fixed. But if you don't notice it, I'm sure it's more difficult.
Yep, the longer we go without catching it, those ones who are finding stuff 12 months down the road, we're finding a lot of it come up now. People get their bank statements, throw them in a pile, and start doing their taxes this time of year. And then they start looking through it, and they're finding, hey, this happened last March, and I had no idea because they just now are going through it. So our app has some great tools, too, on it to limit your debit card. So for traveling, you can limit what stores you can use it at. You can put some lower limits of dollar amounts on it to try to protect yourself that way as well.
Okay. Can we take a short break here for a moment, and then I'd like to ask you another banking question, but I love your boots.
Oh, well, thank you.
Those are cool.
Thanks.
Those are nice. And Becky, you look so smart with those glasses on.
I usually leave them at work, but I
grabbed her last minute and said, "Hey, Becky, we're leaving."
It's definitely an age thing. I need them for the computer anymore. So
I know. They look great on you.
Thanks.
They really do. So some of the options out there now. Talk about your checking service, because I think that's been a very successful addition that it's probably been years now since you kind of offered the checking account that has been well accepted by your customers and new customers as well. I was going to say the name of it, but I know I'll get it wrong.
Kasasa?
Yeah. I have another name for it you don't want to hear. So, yeah, but I mean, it really has been popular, hasn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's a great rewards program for our customers, and really, like we've said, the things that you have to do to qualify, you're usually doing anyway. So I love it. It transfers my rewards right into my savings account and kind of out of sight, out of mind. And yeah.
Kind of a nice way to put some money away without actually having to think about it too much.
And one thing with that is you use your debit card. So again, it is good to have it. We have it on our app that you can have notifications sent every time your card's used. You can shut it off if you need to. So all those things help too.
Okay. Where are we at now? I probably don't want to talk about this because I actually think sometimes when you ask financial people about interest rates, they kind of go, "Why'd you ask me that?" But they are coming down at the federal level, and they expect that we'll see that happening here. Good news is we might be able to borrow some money a little bit easier, a little less expensive. But the other part of it is we've all kind of enjoyed this higher interest rate for short-term investments and that sort of thing. And I know you have a lot of options there.
Absolutely. So we're starting to see them change a little bit. No big dramatic shifts down, but it's something to be mindful of that week to week those rates could be changing. But we do have some great specials going on now on our 12 and 15 month CDs. So there's still some 5% rates out there available. 5, and I think we're just above or right at 5 on those right now. So still some good ones out there, but definitely something to keep an eye on that they'll be shifting here.
And if you have something already and it's going to renew, and you want to continue to get that nearly 5% or a little over 5%, now would be better than later, probably, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I can't guarantee how long, like you mentioned. They're starting to come down federal level. We, track that. It's not our only metric on how we're going to change those rates, but definitely something we keep in mind.
Okay. All right. Gosh, these girls are smart.
Yeah. I've got a question for you.
Absolutely.
This was a while back, but I spent the day looking for my debit card. I found it. Okay. But a question. If someone loses their debit card, and I'm sure there have been people who have lost their debit card, what is kind of the protocol? What are the suggestions you give people if they lose their card and how to handle that?
Well, like I said, on our app now, you can actually go in and shut your card off.
Okay.
And then if you do find it, great. If not, you need to let us know as soon as you can, and then we can get it shut off and get a new one coming.
New one.
And if you do it on your app, you can turn it back on. So if we turn it off, we can turn it off permanently.
Sure.
But you personally on your app can turn it. So, hey, all day while I'm looking for it, no one can use it if I happen to leave it at a restaurant or if it fell out in a parking lot.
And then when you find it, you can
just turn it
back on.
Yep.
That's great to know. Okay.
Yeah, because it could slide down between the cushions on the couch. It could be in your car between the bucket seats. It could be in the glove box. And there's a panic feeling when you lose something like that.
Absolutely. Or it could have fallen out of your pocket in the parking lot. So
yeah.
And the sooner you let us know, because we do have the option as well as to just turn it off for a little bit. We can turn them back on. Don't go days or weeks, and because somebody could have it and they could be using it. So the sooner you let us know, or the sooner you get it shut off, the better usually.
Is it a good idea, even though we can shut it off like on the app, is it still a good idea to let you guys know anyway, even though we can shut it off and just say, hey, this is what I've done and I just wanted to let you guys know, or not?
You absolutely can, but not necessary.
Okay.
As long as you've shut it off on the app, it's the same as us shutting it off on our end. If it's going on long term and you're thinking I might need a new one, let us know, because they do take some time to get in the mail.
Yeah.
So we can get one on order.
Kind of a question along those same lines, guys. Online banking, most people are using that. You have a great platform for that. Stopping checks, how does that work? Is that something that we have to call and have you stop the checks, or can you stop them from our end?
You've got to give us a call and we'll get it put on there so we can get all the right information we need to. Sometimes it's a whole book of checks, sometimes it's one. So if you give us a call, that's the best way to handle that.
Okay, all right. Ladies, thanks a lot. It's been fun. We're talking with Custer Federal Bank, Savings Bank.
State Bank.
State Bank. It was a savings bank. It's a state bank now. In Broken Bow, and you also have a branch in Kearney as well.
Yep. Was there anything else you guys wanted to mention? Or did we touch on everything?
I think we got all the big stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Pleasure having you in. Boots are great. Glasses are good. You guys look great.
Oh, hey, before we go, we have Dave and I we're looking at a way to supplement our income.
Okay.
And we got to talking earlier this morning about possibly Dave and I getting into the audiobook business.
Okay.
And reading books. And, well, we were kind of thinking romance novels.
Oh.
What do you guys think? You think, what would you purchase an audiobook from Brent and Dave?
An audiobook or a romance audiobook? Because we
would read romance novels.
Uh-huh.
Because audiobooks are kind of a big thing.
They are.
Yeah.
You guys have the radio voice down. I
Well,
think you'd be perfect for
what
it.
would we? What would be? What are some words we should avoid, like baby? Words like what words would because we could creep people out if we don't do it right.
Well, and I my problem is I'm going to see your face reading me the book the whole time, so I don't know if I could. I don't know.
I get it.
Yeah.
We understand.
Any comments on that, Becky?
No, I'm more into the thriller side of the book, so I guess I might have to pass on the romance one.
I think maybe they should get into the thriller side.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we could, yeah.
Adventures and thrillers.
I would I'm into Jack Reacher. I could read a Jack Reacher book. I love Jack Reacher.
The Bosch series.
Are you familiar with Jack Reacher? They made a series.
No.
They're doing
No, I'm not.
like a TV series off the books.
I don't know. We could give it a try.
Yeah,
Brent.
we could.
We'll have to work up a contract.
Well, yeah.
Before we work
start
together.
our own business.
Yeah.
Brent and Dave's audiobooks.
Would you go like C Corp, LLC? What would you do?
Yeah, we'll probably need a loan to get this started. So
S Corp.
I mean, I'm going to consult your attorney or your legal counsel on that one.
Well, I know. I'm pretty sure you could handle it. I think you have a law degree, don't you?
I do.
Well, you could be our lawyer.
I could. I don't know that that's a smart choice. I've been in banking way too long.
Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
We'll take a time out.
Cattle producers, AeroSeed is your one-stop shop for power fencing needs. AeroSeed has all the supplies, including high-tensile wire, posts, insulators, and energizers to build or replace a solar, electric, or battery-operated system. They offer products from Gallagher, the most practical, affordable, and dependable range of animal management systems on the market. Should anything ever go wrong with your Gallagher Energizer, you won't have to send it off somewhere to be repaired. Most often it can be repaired right at AeroSeed. Get your Gallagher power fence and supplies from AeroSeed on North 10th Avenue, Broken Bow.
Attention cattlemen, it is February and it's time to make sure you have the Classic on your calendar. Hi guys, this is Renette. I want to invite you to attend the Classic February 17th through the 25th in Kearney. The Classic kicks off with the judging contest on Saturday, February 17th. Then we roll right into the sale cattle. Wednesday, February 21st is show day at the Classic. Come enjoy the shows, check out the tremendous commercial trade show, plus enjoy that evening with a social with cattlemen and a bull buyer supper. Sale day is on Thursday, February 22nd. Sales will start promptly at 10 a.m. Bulls, bred heifers, fancy heifers, embryo packages, plus remember the commercial heifer Pen of 5 sale and the new Pen Bull sale. Sale day again is Thursday, February 22nd. Friday, February 23rd, we start the junior events. It all happens at the Nebraska Classic, February 17th through the 25th in Kearney.
Broken Bow Floral and Plant Studio is ready for Valentine's Day with a menu to help you choose the best gift for your budget. A menu for Valentine's Day? Yep. Items include fresh flower creations, gift baskets, ready-to-go potted plants from the Plant Studio, a full selection of delectable chocolates and caramels, gifts for kids and gifts for the guys. Call Broken Bow Floral now to get your order in. 872-2454. Call early for the best selection. Make this Valentine's Day your best one ever. Broken Bow Floral and Plant Studio, South 1st Avenue.
8:42. We'll be giving away a $25 gift card to Broken Bow Floral in just a little bit. So keep your dial set right here. Right now, our next guest is in. Scotty Ross is in from Custer County Economic Development. And Scotty, how you doing?
I'm doing well. You guys are just rolling through us this morning.
We are. We're having fun. Question for you. And you're an economic development person, and I'm going to be completely honest with you, Scotty. Our January kind of took a hit with the cold weather. It wasn't the month we really expected to have. There's cancellations and different things with sports activities that we were going to cover, and we're a little bit short on January. And so I was wondering if you would mention several businesses during the interview today. We'll be able to bill them.
Sure.
So just start naming off the businesses that are a part of Custer County Economic Development.
I was going to say, as long as they're members of my organization.
Oh, gosh. Also, I know that you visit with people about starting new businesses, new ventures, and so forth, and you may have heard that Brent and I are considering starting another side business of our own and doing some reading of books.
Yeah, we thought we'd get into the audiobook business.
Right.
Brent and Dave reading books.
The sultry audiobook business.
Now we're thinking romance novels.
We were going romance, but the girls told us they'd rather have thrillers.
Oh, those are hot right now.
Are they?
Yeah. Yeah, everybody's into the murder and the crime, true crime
mystery.
And all that. Yeah.
I understand that. We're watching a series on TV right now that we just can't seem to quit watching. The Bosch, I don't know if it's a detective type of thing. Kind of like what you're talking about. Yeah. I think we could do good on that, Brent.
Yeah?
Or, something similar to that.
Yeah, you've got that low, mysterious voice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we could get real mysterious. Now, did you want to talk about economic development?
Well, I suppose. I don't know. This is kind of fun, but...
That's kind of part of what you do, right?
It is.
I mean, people come up with ideas about products and services, and you have things that can help them at the very least go to the right places maybe to get a start. And I think there's a lot more of that goes on than people realize, because let's be honest about it, not every idea becomes a business, because you a lot of times have to get a business plan and feasibility and so forth, and maybe you realize, well, maybe this isn't, like in our case, maybe we'll go broke reading books, but maybe we'll be successful and be able to hire more people to help us with our books. So you do a lot of that.
The nice thing about that business is there wouldn't be a lot of overhead.
There wouldn't be.
No. It would be an easy one to start, and you've got all this audio equipment already. So
yeah, I probably have.
True.
That's true, but I probably have to charge Brent to use some of that.
Here we go.
That's a businessman right there.
I thought we were in this together. Now I'm realizing.
Partners, but not really.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I do. I work a lot with, and I was just having this conversation with one of my board members the other day. I said, I feel like there's a kindling of entrepreneurship in this young generation coming up right now. And I've been visiting with a lot of young people who are looking to either expand their existing business or start a business of their own. And they're looking for physical locations. They're looking to get back to that brick and mortar retail that we had pre-COVID so strongly. And so that's really exciting. I'm able to sit down with them and go through their business plan. And with my banking background, I kind of know the types of numbers and the solid details that a banker is going to want to see for collateral and cash down and things like that. And I'll be honest with you, not every time it works out. Sometimes they decide that, they need a little more time, and brick and mortar's not the option right now, but they're still starting businesses. And it seems like almost everybody nowadays has at least a side hustle of their own, and everybody really likes that feeling of entrepreneurship and kind of doing their own thing, and maybe someday it'll grow into something more. And I love that feeling right now.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, because a business can be started in the back bedroom because of internet and some of the things you can do that way. But when it comes time to really get going, you might need a facility, you might need that brick and mortar you're talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm here for those people, whether they're just getting started in their back bedroom or if they're wanting to expand. We've got resources beyond my knowledge as well with different things. And that leads me to another thing I wanted to bring up today, which is LB 840. That's been a huge thing that I've been working on the last couple of weeks. I met with the city of Broken Bow. Dave Schmidt is the supervisor, And he's got a wonderful consultant hired right now, Al Vacanti. And he's got a lot of wealth of experience that he brings to the table. And we sat down and looked over the LB 840 plan, kind of went back to the drawing board on some things. We wanted to make sure that when we hit the streets and start to market this idea, that it is absolutely perfect. It's everything that we want. It's all inclusive of all the different ways we can use it.
And let's for folks out there who may not be up to speed on that particular number, Bill, that is for sales tax. Is that the one we're talking about? Yeah. So LB 840, it would be CEDC partnering with the city to propose to the voters of Broken Bow 1/2 cent sales tax increase to be designated specifically for economic development. And it's worth noting, this is not new because there are some of the communities in our own county that are smaller than Broken Bow that have utilized that tool, right? Absolutely, and that's a huge part of what I'm going to use to sell the program is look what they've done in Callaway with it. Look what they've done in Arnold with it. And also to remember, as a taxpayer, you're paying it everywhere else you go. You're paying it when you go shopping in Kearney or Grand Island or North Platte or anywhere. And along those same lines, anybody that comes through Broken Bow will be paying it as well. And that was something that I was very naive about. I think we covered this last time I was here. There is a lot of tourism that comes through. There is. Custer County. Yeah. And Broken Bow specifically. So, we estimate it would be a revenue of about $400,000 a year. Designated for economic development, and that plan that I wrote, it's an economic development plan for the use of those funds. And so they can be used for low or no interest loans to start a business, or for the city to acquire properties and prepare them to recruit a new business to come to town and buy that property. Childcare, for instance. There's a huge shortage of childcare in Custer County, all across the county. But, just for this sake of this conversation, Broken Bow could prepare a childcare facility and then recruit somebody to come in and buy it and run it. So there's definitely that shortage. And I know that you and others for a while have been tackling that. Yeah. And it's a tough goal because everything has to fit together, but money is a pretty big part of that. It is. And, unfortunately, some of the child care organizations we have even in town are, they're going through their own set of struggles because with child care, you need workers, but you can't just hire anybody. Right. You're taking care of people's children. They've got to have certain certifications and forms of education and conduct themselves professionally. And, parents have to trust those people. So. Yeah, you just really hit it on the head there. You want the right people in those positions for sure. So you can't just send out an ad for, come work here. There's some processes you got to go through. So. Exactly. All right. Well, so anything else that we kind of started with kidding around about? Well, I shouldn't say we're kidding around. We might start a business, but we kind of come full circle here. But there's other things that are going on. I know that the housing part of what you're doing is very time consuming, but you've had some successes. Where are you at there? Yeah, the housing, and I always hate to mention housing first, even though it is a huge part of what I do. It's not all that I do. Right. By no means. One thing I've been working on just the last couple of weeks, we're revamping the guidelines for the Custer County Board of Supervisors to approve on our owner-occupied rehab funds. So income-qualified individuals can apply to this fund. It's been repurposed from a grant that Custer County received way back in the day, I think, to bring BD to town. And so it had been repurposed for owner-occupied rehab. If somebody needs new windows or new weather stripping or different things done to update their home to make it more habitable. So we got those guidelines updated and finally submitted yesterday, and I'll be presenting those to the Board of Supervisors on the 13th, which is next week. Okay. I'm glad to hear that because I think there's a lot of that need is huge out there. It is. Yeah. And, a lot of people come to me that
that, they are living with windows that are leaking a lot of air. And like you said, in January, that's not a good deal in Nebraska. So I love to help people out any way I can. And those income guidelines are updated every year. So.
Okay. All right. And of course, you have the project north of town, northeast of town. My directions are terrible, Scotty. I probably have you going the opposite
I'm the
direction.
same way, so
Okay.
I don't know any different. You can say me whatever.
Okay. And I know that that's an ongoing effort there. And you've been working with Dave on that as well, I'm sure.
Yes, we've partnered with the city in a big way on that project because it's huge.
Yeah.
31 lots to be developed. And so I'm very excited. It kind of feels like spring, the last couple of weeks, especially compared to what we've had. And so break ground this spring on the infrastructure. So they'll start on the dirt work. There's going to be a lot of dirt work that needs to be done out there, but we're willing to do it. We're thankful for the piece of ground and being able to develop that into some kind of modern new housing development. It's a great location. Kind of feels like you're out in the country and you have your own space, but at the same time you'll have the amenities of living in town, the snow removal and all that. So
right, you're going to hit a asphalt road right away coming off your drive. So. Yeah. Or cement, you don't have that, and that's always big. So
so we're hoping we'll be able to start selling those lots and hopefully start digging basements this fall if we can get some contractors lined up.
Okay, yeah, that's another whole story is getting contractors,
and that's part of I feel like I'm just kind of a catalyst. Sometimes I'm just bringing people together. What I'd like to do is offer those lots to, there's so many people who, you think about those lots over by the golf course, they sold like hotcakes. People want to be able to build the house that they want, their dream home specifically. And so, we'll run it by the board and see what the plan is, but I'd like to be able to offer lots to people so that they can build the homes that they are dreaming of
that they have.
And maybe partner with some local contractors that way.
It's a good idea.
So they can buy the lot with an option.
That property by the country club you mentioned, it kind of shows you how sometimes it takes a while because they put a road in there years ago and you kind of expected to see something happen right away. And I don't know any of the story and I don't even know who owns it, but it looked like they were really going to get going and had a great idea, and they did, but it just took longer than you would think to get it started. Now look, what is there, 3 homes out there already?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just drove by there this morning actually in the new home that I think it's Myers are building. I'm loving the color scheme on it, and it's going to be a very attractive home for somebody. I don't know if they're building it for somebody specifically or if they're going to build it out on spec like they did the first one, but there's a lot of things that go on beneath the surface with housing development that people don't realize. Just because there's a piece of land available to build a house on doesn't necessarily mean you can go to town and...
Yeah. One of the things that... We're going to run out of time. One of the things that I think that you're addressing as well, and I know you have a long list of things that you are wanting to do, but then I know there's a lot of older housing in our communities, and in Broken Bow as well, like 2 or 3 little houses that could be one big lot. You already have the electricity there. You already have the sewer there and water. And I know that there's some has been talk in some of our meetings about, working on getting those. Everybody has to have a place to live, but when they're sitting empty or, they're run down, and you could remove those and put a new house on those lots that already existed. Really a no-brainer, isn't it?
Right, with all that infrastructure already there. And also just when those houses are sitting vacant, that's a huge loss of revenue for the city.
Yeah.
Tax revenue, utilities, things like that. And there's other communities that I've been to conferences and been in touch with and visit with their economic developers that they have a vacant property ordinance where, those properties are fined the longer they sit vacant, and not necessarily dilapidated properties, but either whether they need to be torn down or whether they can be rehabilitated into quality housing for workforce.
Yeah.
They'd make good starter homes.
Yeah, the actual full story there is that if they are unoccupied, and even though they're in pretty good shape, it doesn't take very long for them to become unusable if they sit vacant.
Absolutely.
So that's a gold mine in itself on those properties, but there's a lot of nuts and bolts to it, and that's what you do, right?
Right. I've got the wrenches in the background.
There you go.
All right. Anything else that we didn't ask you about?
I don't think so. I'm very excited. I've got Mackenzie starting tomorrow, so she's starting a little bit earlier than anticipated.
Good.
Jim Duncan was able to find an assistant that had worked there previously, so she didn't have to train her for quite as long. And hopefully, Jim is forgiving me. Jim, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Jim. That's the world we live in, Jim. Just get over it. He will.
I'm cooler than you. Just get used to it. No, I'm just kidding.
He's an easygoing guy.
No, Mackenzie's worked in economic development in the past, and I've been in touch with her through projects that we work on. We partner with Senate Duncan Jenkins and Wickham on a lot of things we work on.
Right.
And so she just, I mean, we hadn't even really mentioned that we were going to be replacing me, and she reached out and said, hey, who's going to do your job now? So we're very excited. We'll have her for about a month, and then she's going to go have a baby.
Okay.
And then she'll be back after about 12 weeks, and we'll hit the ground running. I'll have an intern hopefully coming this summer. I got approved at our last board meeting to hire an intern for the summer, and so huge communications and social media and promotions. That's what I envision for my intern is promote.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that being part of our last.
Yeah. And it's so common, you want to do more promoting, you want to do more graphics on the website and get that all up going. But when you're busy, it's hard to get all that done if you don't have somebody just to take care of that. So,
right.
Yeah. So, right things ahead.
Yeah, we're excited.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for having me, guys.
You bet. And if you want to, we could do a demo for you on our book or book reading.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we could feature your new business on our new website.
Oh, wow. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Would you prefer a thriller, a romantic comedy, mystery?
I really like the mystery, the thriller. I'm kind of getting into that, too. I swore I never would, but it is kind of sucks you in.
It does. It really does. Well, we'll talk it over. We'll have a meeting.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll
I can help you with your business plan.
Okay. Well, we'll probably need that. Thanks a lot. Here's Tommy James and the Shondells.
Hostages are foremost on our minds and in our hearts.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer plans to hold a test vote on a bipartisan border bill today after Republicans torpedoed the package. CBS's Nicole Killian's on Capitol Hill.
If it fails, he plans to split off those border provisions and move ahead with funding for Israel and Ukraine.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In the NBA, 7 games on the schedule. The Timberwolves lose to the Bulls 129-123 in overtime, while the Thunder fall to the Jazz 124-117. So Minnesota and Oklahoma City, along with idle Denver and the LA Clippers, are all tied for the top spot in the West. The Clippers, though, are percentage points ahead of those 3 other teams because they've got 1 fewer win and 1 fewer loss. Suns over the Bucks 114-106. Milwaukee now 1-4 under new head coach Doc Rivers. Also wins for the Heat, Pacers, Knicks, and Mavericks. Top 25 college basketball. Clemson goes on the road, beats number 3 North Carolina 80-76. First road win over a top 5 team for Clemson since 1977. You had number 21 BYU and number 22 Utah State also losing. Battle of ranked teams. Number 13 Baylor knocks off number 23 Texas Tech 79-73. Wins for top ranked UConn and number 5 Houston. In the NHL, the Golden Knights beat the Oilers 3-1, snapping Edmonton's 16-game win streak.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. Mainly cloudy skies expected today with daytime highs approaching 61. Southerly winds 20 to 25 miles per hour. Lows dip down to about 36. Tonight, slight chance for showers. A mix of clouds and sun. Tomorrow, slight chance for showers. High temperatures reach up to 52. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or from a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right. But right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
No matter where your schedule takes you, stay up to date on your bank accounts. Sign up for mobile banking or online banking with Bruning Bank to keep track of your accounts anywhere, anytime. At home, the gym, grocery store, day or night. Deposit checks, transfer between accounts, view transactions, and check balances. Set up bill pay so you never forget to pay that bill ever again. Ready to simplify your life? Download the app or visit bruningbank.com. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
47 degrees, cloudy skies, winds out of the southeast, 15 to 25 with gusts up to 35. One reading out at the airport, a gust of 36 already this morning. So going to push you around a little bit. Be careful out there today. Brent and Dave with you here on The Breakfast Show. A lot of great guests coming in today. We still have the wrestling report for you. We're still going to be giving away a $25 gift card to Broken Bow Floral and Plant Studio just in time for Valentine's Day, so be sure and listen for that. We also have some other things we want to tell you about. It is Wednesday. Chapin's Furniture Square One Boutique. Well, as we mentioned, there might be words in English language like what's for lunch. Well, at Chapin's Furniture and Square One Boutique, they're saying what's for Wednesday. And Lola has shown the love for her customers in doing a winter clearance sale that has been going on, and she's extended a little bit. You'll save 50% off all winter fashions through Saturday. There's also a clearance rack with up to 70% off on items on the special clearance rack. Savings are huge at Square One Boutique this week. And Chapin's Furniture also, of course, have a great line of furniture and flooring and paints. You name it, they've got it on the south side of the square. But again, winter fashions have to go, so stop in today through Saturday and get 50% off all winter clothing. There's also that 70% off rack that's available to be looked at. And it's What's for Wednesday this week at Chapin's Furniture Square One Boutique.
All right, let's tell you what's showing at the movies at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow. Here is what is playing now. There's a new season of The Chosen that is out. It is season 4, and they're showing episodes 1 through 3 in the movie theater right now, and it is showing at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow. So that will continue to show through Thursday, and then it will continue to run into next week as well through the weekend and be showing February 9th through the 15th. So check it out, a new season of The Chosen that you can watch on the big screen at the Fox Theater in Broken Bow. They'll be showing episodes 1 through 3. Now be prepared. It is long. It's over 200 minutes. So just kind of keep that in mind as you're making your plans to attend. Also, the big movie Argyle is showing now at the Fox Theater. The greater the spy, the bigger the lie. It's got a big cast in it, and you can enjoy it now at the Fox Theater. It's rated PG-13. It is showing for the rest of this week, and it, too, will continue through the weekend and go into next week as well. Also, The Beekeeper with Jason Statham, which has been a big hit at the box office. A couple of more nights to check it out. Looks like it'll be showing tonight and tomorrow night and then end its run at the Fox Theater. So that means there's a new movie coming, and it's the International Space Station. I'll be honest, I don't know much about it.
Sounds interesting.
But it's rated R, and it will be coming to the Fox Theater and starting on Friday and running through the weekend into next week. So we encourage you to check out their great website, watchthefox.com. Gives you a rundown of everything that is playing and some of the things that will be coming up at the Fox Theater. And we always remind you that you can get your tickets online as well by going to watchthefox.com. And don't forget, thanks to the Nebraska State Bank, one of the most popular nights of the week is Tuesday night when they offer free popcorn at the Fox Theater.
9:09, we'll be right back.
There are many good reasons to pre-select your family memorial. During the months of January and February, Palmer Monument Company is giving you one more good reason: their annual winter sale. Come and see them today with the coupon from the newspaper and receive additional savings off their already reduced prices.
Hi, this is Chris Smith with the Palmer Monument Company. It's our goal to assist you in selecting the memorial that best fits your family needs. And with our sale, we'll save you money too.
During the annual winter sale at Palmer Monument Company in Lexington and Broken Bow.
This is Bill Wise with the latest Appetite for Pork report. Today I'm talking with Dr. David Newman, Senior Vice President of Market Growth at National Pork Board, about how your pork checkoff dollars are working to bring more U.S. pork to tables around the world. Dr. Newman, the pork checkoff is always working to drive demand for U.S. pork. For consumers here at home, how are you encouraging them to buy more?
Traditionally, the consumer in the U.S. has been from the boomer generation. They've been heavy pork users. They know what they like. But as boomers start to eat less pork and they start to exit the marketplace, we need to be focused on this consumer of the future, millennials and Gen Zs. They have tremendous purchasing power, and as that purchasing power shifts into these new generations, we need to make pork relevant to these buyers.
Thanks again, David, for talking with us today about how the pork checkoff is building a bigger appetite for U.S. pork. You can find out more information at porkcheckoff.org/radio.
And action! It's Dave and Brent getting the action started on the Get Up and Go breakfast show on KCNI KBBN.
9:11 is your time. Brent has some things he wants to tell you about.
Let's start with Quality Senior Villages. It's a wonderful assisted living care facility here in Broken Bow that specializes in care for those battling through Alzheimer's and dementia. At their facility, they believe that an active life is a nurturing experience, and at their facility, residents can thrive and live an active lifestyle. Also, Quality Senior Villages is hiring. They are looking for caregivers, CNAs, and medication aides at Quality Senior Villages. Their goal is to provide a home-like atmosphere and give enriching care in a safe and nurturing environment where the individual can thrive and live a productive and active life. Specialized training in the most advanced forms of memory care is provided at the time of employment and certainly is ongoing. So if you'd like to find out more about the services that they offer through Quality Senior Villages, or about their facility itself, or about applying for one of these job opportunities, we encourage you to email them at qsvbrokenbow@gmail.com. You can stop in person at their facility, which is located at 715 Arapahoe Lane in Broken Bow, or you can give them a call at 872-6387.
Thank you, Brent. Village maintenance operator position is open at the Village of Myrna. It is a part-time position. You must be 21 years of age and possess a current valid driver's license. Duties include operation of sewer and water systems, maintenance of streets, equipment maintenance, and general upkeep of village property. Experience would be a benefit, but they will train the right applicant. Questions and applications should be directed to the village clerk's office between 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. Phone number there, 308-643-2281, or you can call 308-643-7022. The Village of Myrna is an equal opportunity provider and employer, and you can find this information on Sandhills Express employment page as well.
Subcon is hiring. If you're not familiar with them, they're located just outside of Ord, Nebraska, 20 miles from the beautiful Calamus Reservoir, and they are looking to hire a CNC machinist. Now, this is a daytime shift position. Experience is preferred. They work a 4-day work week. Subcon offers competitive wages and benefits, including health insurance, vacation, life insurance, paid holidays, and a matching 401k. If interested, please email zdexter at subcon, subconn.net.
The Nebraska Department of Transportation has an opportunity for someone out there who wants to become a highway maintenance worker to join their team in Broken Bow. And at the Nebraska Department of Transportation, they reward their employees' hard work with friendly and supportive work environment that encourages creativity and innovation. And they provide training and career development, advancement opportunities, ample paid time off, a work-life balance, and a comprehensive benefits package that includes a matching retirement contribution. You can apply online only. Here's the address, statejobs.nebraska.gov. And the online ways is the only way you can get that considered. The state of Nebraska is an equal opportunity veterans preference employer.
The Custer County Foundation is now taking applications for the executive director position. Now, this is a full-time position. Foundation, of course, located in Broken Bow. The executive director acts as the CEO for the Custer County Foundation. Some of the preferred qualifications that they're looking for someone with a bachelor's degree, 5 or more years experience in at least one of the following, which would include management, policy development, asset development, donor relations and grant making, leadership skills, self-motivated, excellent written and oral communication skills, technologically proficient, and good organizational skills. If interested, they ask that you please send your resume to Custer County Foundation, P.O. Box 304, Broken Bow, 68822. You can also email them at custerfoundation@msn.com.
Universal Insurance in Broken Bow can offer all types of insurance. One they think that is very, very important, maybe right at the top of the list, is life insurance. And Jack Lindstrom with Universal Insurance Agency, which is a division of GTA Insurance Group, specializes in life insurance, and he'd like to talk to you about protecting yourself and, most importantly, your loved ones. Universal is located on Southeast Street. To most of us, that's Highway 2. Contact them at 308-872-6438 or go online, www.gtagroup.com. And remember, life insurance isn't for people who pass away, it's for the people who live.
More job opportunities. These are through Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership. Still looking for an individual to work as a center assistant in their Ord, Burwell, and Broken Bow locations. Looking for someone who could assist where needed in the classroom, depending on location, and help the teacher and staff with activities, documenting, and cleaning. Also, they are looking for someone to work as an early childhood program interpreter. Now, this could be a part-time or full-time position, depending on the program needs. Looking for someone who has the ability to speak, read, and write fluently in both Spanish and English. You would be providing translation for families and children ages birth to 5 and traveling to the different locations as needed to provide translation services. For more information, contact CNCAP at 308-745-0780. The extension is 105, or you can apply directly by going online to centralnebraskacap.com.
Nebraska Land Hearing Center, right here in downtown Broken Bow on the east side of the square. That is the location for the Hearing Center. And Roxanne is a board-certified hearing instrument specialist with over 35 years of experience right here in Custer County. And if you're struggling with your hearing and you worry about missing out on conversations with family and friends or during your business day, stop in and see Roxanne. She can help. She'll give you a free hearing evaluation, and free office calls go along with that. If you purchase your hearing aids after your hearing is tested, and then you're good to go for as long as you have those hearing aids with Roxanne. All calls after that in her office are at no charge. She'll make adjustments and help you with anything that you need with those hearing aids. Call her to make an appointment at 308-384-3852. Located in the Broken Bow Chamber Building, the business name is on the glass window in the front. 9:18 is your time. Brent and Dave with you, considering becoming book readers, book narrators.
Yep, going into the audiobook business. Would you like to hear Brent and Dave read a book to you?
Like, for instance, Jack and the Beanstalk.
Oh yeah, we could do the classics.
We could do the classics.
Yeah. Got to be careful though. I don't want books with big words.
I know.
I know. Struggle with those.
We won't do any scientific or medical books.
Yeah.
And we might run into a problem on the mysteries.
Those could actually turn into comedies if you and I tried to read those.
I know. Even like mysteries, if they have a detective and he's going to the lab, there might be some words that work.
Yeah, you never know.
Have to change a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, clavicle. Things like that. All right, the Broken Bow Floral. What a wonderful shop.
Yes.
They have a plant shop. It's fantastic there. The store is so well displayed. And it always smells good in there because they got all kinds of candles and things. And they offer a variety of items such as fresh flower creations, gift baskets, ready-to-go plotted plants from the plant studio, a full selection of delectable chocolates and caramels.
Or just caramels.
Caramels. And gifts for kids and gifts for guys. Gifts for everyone. Come in early for the best selection. And, of course, they're ready for Valentine's Day there. You know it. Make this Valentine's Day the best one ever for someone you care about. They're located on South 1st Avenue. The shop's been there for many years. Broken Bow Floral and Plant Studio. Their phone number is 872-2454. Call them right now and order up the plant or flower arrangement for your lover.
Okay.
Or maybe
your sweetheart.
Or maybe your grandma.
Okay.
Or your lover. I just like saying that word. We could say that in our book.
Yes, yeah, if we did romance novels. You bet.
They were lovers. Anyway, Broken Bow Floral has got a great shop.
It does, yeah. And what a grow. You're giving away a $25 gift card?
Yeah.
Oh, man, what a great time to win that. Valentine's Day is next week.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to gear up for this. I've got to get the right things set up here. And this is live radio, so be patient, please.
Yeah.
Other subject you might... I know you like Westerns.
Love Westerns.
We could do a Western.
Ah, man, yeah, we could read some old Louis L'Amour books.
Yeah, but see... We have a different taste. I would rather do I'd like to do one on Manifest Destiny of the Native Americans.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
What happened to them when the immigrants come to town?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Sure, yeah.
Would have stopped them if there was a wall I could get into that.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you couldn't.
Yeah, well, not
but
necessarily.
You got to read the words.
Yeah.
We don't write it. We just read the book.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good history books out there.
There are some fabulous ones.
Oh, now I lost track of what I was doing. Oh. I'm going to put in lover. Let me try that again. Lover.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. Come on. Whew. You know how that computer sometimes, the hourglass just sits there?
Yeah.
That was doing that.
What are you doing, looking for a song?
Well, just a love song.
Oh.
Or a lover song.
Yeah. I need a lover who won't drive me crazy.
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to play?
I'm not going to play that one. I could play Just Remember I Love You, Love Me Two Times, I Love You Too Much, The One I Love, Love is Dangerous, My Sweet Love, Your Love is Driving Me Crazy, as you mentioned, Baby I Love You, Love on the Weekend, Our Love, Someone to Love, Love All Day, Work Night, Love Through a Line, Love Sneaking Up on You, Love Her a Lot, Love and Understanding, Love What I Do.
Wow.
Might Love Myself. I don't get that one. Love is Strong. Love, Love, Love. Love in an Elevator. Modern Love. Cry Love.
Yeah.
Broken Love. Love Hurts. Love Her Come Back. Sorry. Let Your Love Shine. Hot Girls in Love.
Yeah.
Officer of Love. Searching for My Love. Series of Love. Have Love Will Travel. My Love. Victim of Love. Sunshine of Your Love. I Was Born to Love You, Make Love Like a Man, Maybe Love Will, Sunlight of Love, Lawyers
Boy, you got
of Love,
all kinds to choose from here.
Love Dies Young, Take My Love With You, Learn How to Love.
Is that going to be your question? Repeat one of the songs that Dave just mentioned, and you can win yourself a $25 gift card to Broken Bow Floral.
Yeah, that would work. Call us at 872-2801. If you have a love song that you can, even if I didn't read it, you have a love song.
Yeah. Name one of the songs Dave just gave in his list.
Or one of your favorite love or lover songs.
Yeah, there you go.
872-2801. Well, it's coming in right now. We're just going to put them on the air.
Oh, good. That'll be fun.
Yeah. I wonder, I should let you know if you can hear me before we go on the air. Legally, I must let you know we're going on the air. So there I did.
You're live.
You're live on the air. Who are we talking to?
Well, hi, it's Cindy Hempstead. How are you?
Oh, Cindy.
We were listening to you here, and we were trying to figure out which song it might be.
Well, actually, if all you have to do, Cindy, is name a love song, and you'll win the $25 card.
Well, we were entertained by Love in the Elevator.
Ah, there you go.
That's good. Yes. Now let's ask you a question while we have on the air. Do you think Brent and I could do that book thing? Reading a book?
I think that would be great. I do. I think it'd be very entertaining.
What style of book would you like us to read, Cindy?
Well, I don't know, but when you were talking about doing the love stories, I thought I could almost see Brent blushing now trying to read these stories.
You're probably right. Yes.
Oh, boy. Well, let me throw some more at you here, Cindy. I've got Hooked on Your Love, Love Will Find a Way, Heard It in a Love Song, Ready for Love, Radar Love, Bad Love. Oh, that's a bad one.
I like Heard It in a Love Song.
That's a good one.
That's a good song, yeah.
I like that one.
Okay. Well, we'll just play that for you.
I love that. That's a good one.
Okay, we'll play that one. We'll do Love in the Elevator another time. And
we might have to Google it just to see what the heck.
Yeah, Aerosmith. I remember it.
Oh, well, there we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Cindy, thanks for calling in. Come out, pick up your certificate or your gift card. You can go shopping at Broken Bow Floral.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. I remember the opening line of Love in an Elevator.
Yes, I do too.
But I don't think we'll do that.
Nah, we won't play that one today.
Marshall Tucker Band, Heard It in a Love Song. And congratulations again to Cindy Hempstead. She won the $25 card to be used at Broken Bow Floral and Plant Studio. Tomorrow we'll be giving another card away. Let me look here, see if I have that down to what we'll be doing tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. Oh, tomorrow is Farney Health Mart, $25 head start on your Valentine's shopping there. So we'll be giving away a card tomorrow on the Breakfast Show. Also, we are running long. We'll go ahead and continue because we want to bring you the Wrestling Report with Coach Schaaf. And hopefully they'll be talking a little bit about an award he also just was acknowledged for. But I know Coach Schaaf's focus is on districts and state, so we'll find out more about that, about the Broken Bow wrestling team. Before we go to that, we want to remind you, too, that on Sunday, February 25th, there will be a benefit meal, a free will donation meal and silent auction put together by the Knights of Columbus and the Lions Club here in Broken Bow, and KCNI, KBBN. We're also helping out and promoting this event because we do have ties to it. Of course, Donna Hilkemeyer, for many years, worked several jobs to help support the home of the Hilkemeyers. Tom's health was always a bit of an issue, and she's been working hard, but she's ended up with some medical bills and funeral costs to handle, and we're going to see if we can help out on Sunday, February 25th, at the Veterans Building at 416 South 1st Avenue in Broken Bow. That will run from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. So put that on your calendar if you would, please. We'll take a time out. When we come back, we'll have the Wrestling Report just for you from us here at KCNI KBBN.
There's a lot of uncertainty in ag and business today. The market, input costs, the weather. One thing you can always count on is Nebraska State Bank, looking for ways to help local ag producers and businesses be successful. Right now, NSB is running an ag and commercial equipment loan special that features a 7.95% fixed interest rate for qualified customers. Offer is valid through March 15th, 2024. Call one of their local experienced ag loan officers at 872-2466 to find out more about this limited-time loan special. Nebraska State Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's time to spread the local love with the KCNI KBBN Love Local promotion. When you shop local, you're not just a customer. You're a champion of community support. Tune in every weekday morning to The Breakfast Show for your chance at a $25 gift card to a fantastic local business. Join us in embracing the spirit of local love. Keep it local. Keep it here. Listen to The Breakfast Show to win.
Now remember that whatever happens, I love you.
Challenge. It's not something you shy from. It's a chance to up your game. Every day brings a new challenge, but with the enhanced Channel Seed brand on your side, you can rise to it. With our top-performing seed, innovative digital tools, and expanded agronomic support, you can turn tomorrow's challenges into your next advantage. Your enhanced Channel Seed brand. Let's rise to the challenge. Learn more at channel.com/rise. Read and follow pesticide label directions, IRM, grain marketing, and other stewardship practices.
At Bayer, we think farmers have made enough trade-offs. That's why we created VT4 Pro with RNAi technology, so you don't have to choose between yield potential or our widest spectrum of insect protection. You get both. And you're even protected against notorious pests like corn earworm and corn rootworm. Visit VT4Pro.com to trade up without the trade-offs. Read and follow pesticide label directions, IRM, grain marketing, and other stewardship practices. Copyright 2023 Bayer Group, all rights reserved.
Today's Wrestling Report is brought to you in part by Trotter Fertilizer and Broken Bow. Success is what you want from your fields, both now and in the future. To build towards both, utilize the help of Trotter Fertilizer. Using their expertise and leading technology, they can help you analyze your fields to move them forward to stronger yields. Give Trotter Fertilizer of Broken Bow a call. They are proud to be bringing you this Wrestling Report on KCNI KBBN.
Friendly service every time. Quality is what you'll find where your neighbors and your friends go see Trotter.
The Broken Bow Wrestling Report is brought to you in part by Duda Plumbing. Since 2002, it's been all about A-plus service. Scott and Colton are ready to help you with the septic installation project, new construction work, or that remodel project you have on your hands. Call Duda Plumbing at 872-3402. Duda Plumbing of Broken Bow is proud to bring you this Wrestling Report, all about student athletes giving it their all on the mat and in the classroom. Duda Plumbing, where they do the plumbing.
And at this time, we bring you the Broken Bow Wrestling Report, brought to you by Trotter Fertilizer and Duda Plumbing, as we have Coach Ed Schaaf of the Broken Bow Wrestling program with us here this morning. Coach, man, a lot to talk about because you were busy this past week. Big tournaments. You had conference last Thursday. Of course, state duels was on Saturday. And now you got districts coming up this week. So here we are in the meat of it. Let's start with conference first. Thrilling day. You and Cozad, probably midway through the tournament, just kind of started to separate yourselves as far as the team standings were concerned. They had the lead in the team standings going into the finals, but you advanced 9 out into the finals. And then you guys got on a roll, and we talk about momentum all the time, and you did that in the finals. You came back, and it ended up being a tie. Each of you had 197 points. I guess my first question, did you realize where you were in the team standings going into the final round, or you were? I know you're a guy that's just kind of focused in on the matches.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I knew that we were down. You know what? I knew that we were down going into the finals. I didn't know how much. And then I told myself, don't look up there and just wrestle. And we started getting on a roll, and things started happening, and I'm like, oh boy. You're tempted to look up to find where kids are on mats, but I knew that they were going to be on mat 1 or mat 2. So I knew if I just stood there, but I'm like, don't look up at that score sheet. Don't look at it. Just whatever it is, it is. And I didn't know where we were at until Cal Wells was wrestling, and Coach Ryan leans up to me, and he goes, if Cal wins by major, we win the tournament. If Cal wins by decision, we tie. And I look, and I'm like, you know what? I think it was like a minute left or something like that. And the kid Cal was wrestling from Cozad's really, really good.
Yes.
And I'm like, as much as I want us to win this thing outright, I want Cal to win a conference championship. And if the opportunity, so I never really told him to, pushed him to try to get that major. It was like, just wrestle. And Cal's a smart enough wrestler. If Cal had the opportunity, he probably would. But I never really pushed for it. But yeah, I didn't know where we were at.
Yeah.
And it's one of those. I have a hard enough time trying to keep. I try to look calm when I'm sitting out there, but I have all kinds of things going on in my head.
Yeah.
And so I don't need to add more things to it. So I'm just like, we just wrestle, and the score will take care of itself. Because I don't know. I found that on tournaments like that, when you start pushing for things, then you start making mistakes, and bad things start happening. So just wrestle and win, and we talk about it. We talk about that semifinals are where you win, and then when you get into the finals, go win your championship. And if everybody wins their championships, things will be good. And I think we won 6 of 9 matches.
Yeah, in the finals, 6 conference champions, 3 runner-up finishes. And don't forget about Kobe Wells getting 3rd.
Yes.
And winning in overtime, which, and Coach Crawley talked about this so well in our broadcast after the tournament. He said, when you look at the team standings and you go back, everybody had to contribute somewhere to where you got a tie. Even I think of Emmett Palmer, if I'm not mistaken, got a win by fall in his first match.
I know.
Was it?
I know that Ulig was in.
Or Ulig, yes.
Yes, and Ulig ended up getting a pin.
Okay, maybe it's Colton. It's Colton I'm thinking about. But everybody kind of had a role in that team scoring.
Or you look at
that's
Eli
pretty cool.
Powers, that Eli Powers was up 7-1 on a heavyweight.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, the kid falls on his leg, and it hurts him, and he can't finish and ends up getting pinned. If we just stay in good position, or if we don't, that kid doesn't fall on us. We win that, and Eli, there was only, I think, 5 kids in that weight, gets 4th and gets 8 points out of it, and it's not a match. But you can always, that ifs and buts for candies. It's one of those things. There's times where we probably got pins that maybe, in a normal match you wouldn't get.
Yeah.
So it's just, it kind of always seems to work its way out.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on the effort at conference. I'm sure you were proud of the
I
kids,
was.
especially in that final round.
I was. The way they wrestled, and just because we went in there with 3 kids out, just sick, and we were down, and so it's like, okay, going in, because it's tough. I didn't know if we could beat them, and then we started wrestling well, and it's like, okay, we got a shot, and it was pretty neat.
Yeah.
Plus, you throw in the fact that the co-ed coach is a high school teammate of mine. So it's always
I
good
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Hammerlin,
Yeah, Hammerlin was our 145-pounder when I was our heavyweight in high school. So it's good to beat Hammerlin.
Yeah, there you go.
Or at least I am.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Moving forward, that's kind of neat. Let's go to state duels now. On Saturday, you guys ended up finishing 3rd. Let's just kind of take it duel by duel. I think we got time to do that. You opened up in the quarterfinals, wrestled Central City. I thought, just watching from afar, it wrestled really well, able to advance into the semifinals. Obviously, when you look at duels, there's matches that kind of stick out to you, and sometimes it's not the wins in matches. And I'm going to go to Talon Harold. Was wrestling a really tough kid from Central City, and I'm sure Central City's entering that match thinking we have a chance to get some big points here. Talon had a little flurry in there that really made that match interesting. Now, I lost by decision, but even those types of matches in duels, Ed, can provide fuel to your team.
Yes.
Did you feel that way too in that match?
We knew going in, and we talk about it, a lot, that sometimes you go into a match and in a duel, you might be outgunned, and you just have to keep it to a decision, and keep that to 3 points rather than, getting pinned and giving up 6. And Talon, Talon had been sick on Thursday and didn't go with us, and come in and wrestled tough. Wrestled smart. The kid is very physical. Was beating on him, and Talon showed just a ton of guts and a ton of heart. And, got into a scramble and threw that kid to his back. It's the first time that kid's been taken down all year. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he come in with like 70-some takedowns and never had given up one.
Wow.
And, when Talon threw him to his back, it was there was a lot of hooping and hollering. And then, it ended up, I don't know if it was a 7-5 or 7-2 match or something like that, but it was a decision. And we come out of there going, that's exactly what we needed in that spot. And we just kind of was on a roll. I was happy with the way, our upper weights kind of come back, because Dakota Baum was wrestling a real tough kid. When we sat and looked at Central City, they had about 5 really good kids, and Baum was up on that kid. Coon's kid was one of them, and Baum was up. I think he was up 5-2, and next thing you know, gets taken over an escape, and then gets taken down and go into overtime, and then tries to move and ends up on his back and gets pinned. So it was one of those. It was like, oh dang it! But then you get, Bryson Woodward and Max and Cal and those guys, and they come out and just
took care of some business.
Took care
for
of
you.
business.
Yeah. So you move out of the quarterfinals, go into the semifinals against St. Paul. As a thrilling duel, went right down to the final match. St. Paul wins at 32-31. I know in duels you always can go back and see where things could have been different in the duel. But again, matches that stick out. You were behind going into the final 2 matches. And you throw out Devin Baum, a freshman who's representing you at 285 pounds. You mentioned about Eli getting hurt, not available for you at state duels. Gets taken down, and then the next thing you know, he's the one on top, and he ends up pinning the kid at 285. That had to be thrilling for Devin, and I know it gave a burst of energy to your team, because now all of a sudden it's coming down to the final match in the duel.
It was pretty intense, because they end up bumping up their 215-pounder, this big tall kid, and he was just a few matches under 500, like 15 and 17 or something. But they had a heavyweight that was a freshman, and so we were sitting there going, okay, maybe they would put that 215-pounder out against Cal, but they were smart because we couldn't do anything about it. If Eli would have been healthy, you know what, we could have waited to see where they're at and force them to put that kid out there. But you know what, they put this 215-pounder out against Baum, and you know, he's out there banging, he's trying.
He is.
And next thing you know, he gets taken down, and then he gets a cradle on, and we work on cradle defense a lot. And it shows. I mean, if you were down there, you could hear all of our kids, you know, yelling cat, 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 because we tell kids to arch their back like a cat to get an arm out, because if we can get an arm out, then we'll crowd you and we'll put you on your back. And he couldn't get his arm out, but then if we can't do that, our next thing is to hook a toe. And Baum's going over, and just like, you know, I was proud of him for that, is that he's looking and he gets a toe in, and next thing you know, he's driving in, and we're all screaming, watch the defensive pin, and son of a gun if he didn't get it.
Great moment for him.
Yes, absolutely. A great moment. I mean, could be a defining moment of just being excited, and now all of a sudden, you know what, comes in the off season, and I want to repeat that. I want to go to the weight room because I want to get bigger and stronger, because I want to be back in those spots again. It was super neat for him.
Yeah. I think it was Coach Crowley that made or I think it was Coach Patch made the comment. We talk about momentum all the time, and it felt like there were a couple of moments, Bo's going to get the momentum here. And St. Paul found a way to just kind of hold you off from getting that. Did you feel that way?
You know what? When looking at it, you know, from the outside, before we started, you know, I kind of, you know, you look at Central City and I thought we could beat them. And then you're looking at the semis, and it's like I started looking at St. Paul, and I'm not going to lie to you, I was more nervous about wrestling St. Paul than I was about wrestling Battle Creek. Because St. Paul has, you know what, from 6 to 285, they have pretty decent kids. And, you know, some not like they have some absolute hammers, but then everybody else is, you know what, a 20 and 10 kid that's just not a complete superstar, but yet is very tough. And we had an opening, we had to put a JV kid at 32, and some of the other matches we're able to manipulate our lineup to where we bump up Chauncey and we bump up Kobe up to that 32 to where we are able to kind of hide that, you know, where we didn't have a varsity guy in there. Couldn't do that against St. Paul. So we had to just kind of win those tough matches, and we lost some matches that we needed to win. You know, that if we win those matches, it's a whole different ball game. But they were toss-up matches, and we just couldn't get it done. And it just, and we had a chance at the end. Emmett Palmer goes out and wrestles a tough, good match against a really, really good kid, and gets beat by decision. I think it was like 11-9 or something.
Yeah, I guess 11-7, somewhere in that area.
Somewhere in that.
Yeah.
But it's like, dang it.
Yeah.
It just stunk.
So now you got to bounce back because you have another duel to wrestle. And you take on Battle Creek. And it's for third. But I know the three of us, as we were watching the matches, we were really impressed the way kids fought back. And won that duel. Is that the way you felt? Did you feel like they really bounced back nice?
Yeah, I think we bounced back a lot better than Battle Creek did. You know, and I walked up, people probably didn't even notice it, but before the duel, as the kids were just getting flipped, I called over Battle Creek coach to the middle, and I said, I'm not going to lie to you, I sure was looking forward to wrestling you. But
not
right now. And he was too. He was both. We both were just like, I mean, it just stunk for us. But our kids did. They come out and wrestled tough, and you know, we got some big wins that kind of got us going, and it just, our kids kind of come back, and it was a thing too that, like, right there, you know, we were able to manipulate our lineup because we started 120, and they have defending state champion Aiden Wentz, who was a 113-pounder. Well, they put him out at 120. Eulig kid, Colton Eulig, steps up, goes out there and wrestles this kid. we get, they get six, but we end up having to, we could cover him. So then we moved Chauncey up and just moved everybody up to where we could absorb that, Aiden Wentz is going to get 6 wherever he's at. Yeah. It's just now all of a sudden we can give him a 6 and then make ourselves better. And we did. We wrestled tough at 26. That Stussy kid's is a state medalist, and Chauncey wrestles him tough, and we just kind of went up the line and just was wrestling them tough and kind of got to where we could put our strength against their strength, and things worked out for us to get third.
Yeah. Well, congratulations on the third place finish and for making state duels for the 7th time, I think it was, right?
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, school history. So quickly, districts this week. Man, great district. Going to be some fabulous matches. Talk about hosting it at home. That's got to feel good.
It is. I mean, it's one of those things that we get to be in our own gym. We're able to, go and you're able to go home at night and sleep in your own bed. But then, like our kids were able to go into Coach Schweitzer's room and they can just chill out during the day and then come out and wrestle and then can kind of just get away from the wrestling scene and just kind of can be ready to go. And it's going to be, if anybody wants to watch some great wrestling, this district is going to be. I was looking at the entries, and usually, when you go to a district, there's some smaller schools or schools that don't have maybe as many kids, so brackets might not be as full, so it's not as daunting of a task. When I looked, I think that there was 3 teams that hadn't put their lineup in, and everybody else had, I think it was 10 or more kids. So, I mean, they're going to be full brackets, and it's going to be just, I think it's like 1, 3, 5, 6 of rated teams are going to be there. So it's going to be, I mean, and there's just, I don't know how many rated kids there are, but there's going to be some really good wrestlers that don't make it to state because our district is so hard.
Yeah. Well, good luck at districts. For our listeners, we'll be there. We'll have every Broken Bow match from the district live for you on the air with Coach Crowley, Coach Patch, and we'll air that on KBBN Radio on Saturday. So we'll see you this weekend, and best of luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Coach Ed Schaaf joining us on the Broken Bow Wrestling Report, brought to you by Trotter Fertilizer and Duda Plumbing.
The Broken Bow Wrestling Report is brought to you in part by Duda Plumbing. Since 2002, it's been all about A-plus service. Scott and Colton are ready to help you with the septic installation project, new construction work, or that remodel project you have on your hands. Call Duda Plumbing at 872-3402. Duda Plumbing of Broken Bow is proud to bring you this wrestling report, all about student-athletes giving it their all on the mat and in the classroom. Duda Plumbing, where they do the plumbing.
Today's wrestling report is brought to you in part by Trotter Fertilizer and Broken Bow. Success is what you want from your fields, both now and in the future. To build towards both, utilize the help of Trotter Fertilizer. Using their expertise and leading technology, they can help you analyze your fields to move them forward to stronger yields. Give Trotter Fertilizer of Broken Bow a call. They are proud to be bringing you this wrestling report on KCNI KBBN.
Friendly service every time. Quality is what you'll find where your neighbors and your friends go see Trotter.
And join us again tomorrow for another edition of the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show at 7:30.